need 3 lights. The first light that we're going to be talking about is the key light. And much like its name suggests, it's really the key to the whole setup. The key light functions as the main source of illumination in your scene. Traditionally, the best spot for placing your key light is at a 45-degree angle from where your camera is set up. The appropriately named fill light. The placement of the fill light is again 45 degrees from the camera, but this time 45 degrees opposite from the key light. You also want to make sure that the fill light is less intense than the key light, so it doesn't compete with it. There are a few ways of doing this. One is to use a lamp or a bulb with less wattage. The other is to move the light further away. The intensity of light is exponential, so by moving the light back just a little, it has a large effect on the intensity of the light. The third way is to use a neutral density gel or diffusion in front of the fill light. As you can see, when both the key light and the fill light are turned on, you get a much more even light around the whole face. The shadows from the key light are still there. The idea is not to get rid of all the shadows, but to soften them greatly, leading them to a pleasing, natural appearance. Now we have an even pleasing light, but the overall result is a bit flat. The subject tends to blend into the background. To get our subject to pop out of the background, we're going to use our third light, known as a backlight. The placement of the backlight is appropriately enough behind our subject, set off to an angle where the light itself is placed above and out of the frame, so the light only spills onto the subject, not into the camera lens. This light should also be a fairly low intensity. The idea behind the backlight is to shine down on the subject and create a rim of light around the shoulders and head. When combined with the other 2 lights, this backlight makes the subject stand out a bit more from the background and focuses your attention where it belongs, on the subject. Let's go over each light and their role in 3-point lighting again. First, the key light or main light to illuminate the scene. Second, the fill light to fill in the shadows. And third, the backlight to make our subject stand out from the background. When we combine all 3, you get that pleasant, all-around good lighting that makes the subject look great.